His morning crew with Rob, Alison, and Jim.
I created this bucket list almost a year ago. Hashtag before 40 bucket list because I'm turning 40. And one of the things on the list was to read War and Peace. And I didn't put that on there because I love Russian literature. I put it on there because I kind of approached it like I would if I was running a marathon. It's a huge book. Just for reference, it does not fit through the slot at the library when you go to return books. And yes, I checked it out from the library. It took me 6 months to read it, and I finally finished this weekend. I know, I was so excited. I just jumped up and down. And because I'm frugal, I checked it out from the library over and over and over again. And thankfully, no one else wanted to read it, or they wouldn't have let me keep renewing it. So thank you all for pausing your dreams of reading War and Peace. Now that I'm done, you can
go to the library and get the book now. Allie is done. Mm-hmm. I'm so curious. How many pages?
1358.
That's a lot of pages.
It's a lot.
Do you remember any of the book? Because that's so many pages. Do you remember the whole storyline?
Yeah, I remember a lot of it. I couldn't tell you how to pronounce the names in it because there are a lot of like Russian, really long names.
Okay, do you remember one that you just kind of made up and you knew you butchered it?
Oh, Nikolai Tchaikovsky.
That's great. It's like reading the Bible because there's some names in the Bible you're like, I don't know how to say it. I'm making it up in my head as I go along.
What's chapter 16 about?
Well, there really isn't a chapter 16. It's broken into parts.
What's part 8 about?
Part 8. Oh, my word.
It's a really unusual book, and I didn't do any research before I read it because I kind of wanted it like fresh eyes. But afterwards, I'm like, okay, I got to learn more about this. What is the deal with this book? So Leo Tolstoy wrote it, and it doesn't fit in any genre because it's sort of part fiction, but it's part historical because it's about Napoleon and a war that really did happen. But it also follows these fictional families. And then he throws in huge sections of his philosophy on war and life and all this stuff. And it's really interesting. A lot of it, I don't think I'm smart enough to totally grasp. But it took Leo Tolstoy 6 years to write this book. In fact, the opening scene took him a year to write, which I thought was pretty amazing.
6 years to write, 6 months to read.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. That's so cool.
I'm done. I don't think I'll read it again. I'm moving on to something a little lighter.
Well, what about the sequel?
There is a sequel. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's 1,800 pages long.